Okay, so let's do another example, and I'm going to show you both ways of adding these numbers. Again, one way I prefer than the other way, but again, you could do it either way, you'll get the same answer. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add, or excuse me, I'm sorry, round these numbers. So we're going to estimate what the answer should be close to. So if we round this to the nearest tens, this is going to be approximately 460, right? So we get 460 plus 90, right? And so now here's another thing you could do, again, as far as adding numbers. This is called balancing. This is what the textbook calls it. But you can move. See, this is 90, but you could subtract 10 from here and add 10 to here to make this 100, right? So if I move 10 from here, this becomes 450 plus 100, and then it's easier to add mentally, right? So you get 550, okay? But again, that's just something incidental, that a little trick, mental trick you could do. But think of things that you can, when you're adding number, you can subtract from one and add to the other, kind of moving numbers around to make it easier to add. So this is going to add to 550. So my answer should be close, relatively close to 550. Okay. So now, what do I do? Well, I'm going to line up the ones digits for each number. I'm going to write it vertically. So I'm going to write 456 over 87. And again, make sure the ones digits line up. Okay? And now, again, you can add left to right. So there's nothing here, so it's going to be 400. And again, I'm going to do it the long way. So I do the hundreds, the tens, and then the ones. So this will be 400, right? So because it's 0. So 400, and then 50 plus 8. So 5 plus 8 is 13, but it's tens, so it's actually 130. So I'm going to write 130 here. And then 6 plus 7 is 13, and it's the ones, so I'm going to write 13 here. Now, I'm going to add these partial sums, right? These are like partial sums. So I'm going to add these down, right? So if I add these, what do I get? I get 543, left to right. Okay? Which is pretty close to what my estimate is. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. Now the other way is to do left to right and do the carrying. So here we go. So we get 6 plus 7 is 13, but 13 can't fit in here. So I've got more than 9. So the 10 is, I'm going to regroup the 10 of those, and I'm going to put it in the tens column. So now I've got another 10. Now, if I add these digits, I get 14, but it's actually 140, right? If you think about the place value, this is actually adding up to 140. Well, the 100, right? I've got more than 9 in here, so I've got 40, but then the 100 has to go in the next column, right? And so then I add, and I get 543. Okay? And that's it. So in the next example we're going to do more digits. Instead of doing 2 numbers, what if we have like 4 or 5 numbers that we have to add? How would we do that? That's next.